Algebra 1, Section 3.3, just an extension, a quick video here, an extension of what we learned in 3.3, where we will now deal with formulas. So what we've done up till this point in Chapter 3 is solve for a variable, and most of the time you get an answer, and it's x equals 5, y equals 2, z equals -11, that kind of thing. And now we're going to ask you to solve for a variable in terms of all the other variables, because obviously when there's 3 variables, you're not going to get, e equals 2 or whatever for this first one. So we're going to solve for that variable, as in still do what we've been doing and getting it by itself, and then the other side of the equation will just be in terms of the remaining variables. Okay, this is outlined on page 140 and 141 of your textbook, so that might be worth a read. I don't talk about that all the time, that you should read your textbook. It's a good idea, but in this case, looking at page 140, 141, and the couple of examples that they have there might be beneficial. There is a practice sheet that goes along with this too, so you'll get some practice at this. So anyway, let's do this. It says solve each formula for the given variable. So the given variable is this. It's saying solve this formula for E. And again, you're still going to do the same thing as I've been saying, is ask yourself what's happening to the variable and then undo things in reverse order. In this case, the only thing that's happening to the variable is it's being divided by m. So we need to multiply both sides by m, right? And that would be mc squared equals E, or again, it would probably be best if you would put the variable that we're solving for on the left, E equals mc squared. Way to go, Einstein. How about this one? This is the volume of a sphere right here. Again, that's a geometry formula that we'll get to very late in the geometry curriculum, chapter 11. And it says to solve for R. Okay, so ask yourself what's happening to R. There's some more going on with this one than there was here. R is being taken to the third power, it's cubed, we say, right? R is being cubed and then multiplied by pi and multiplied by 4/3. Now, one of those doesn't supersede the other, but I would get rid of the 4/3 first. That only makes sense. To get rid of a multiplied by a fraction like that, you're going to multiply by its reciprocal. So we're going to multiply by 3/4. You see the 3's would cancel, the 4's would cancel, you'd be left with 1. So what does that give us then? Well, that gives us 3/4 v, or I'm going to go ahead and write it like this, 3v over 4. Sidebar, 3/4 times v is like saying v over 1, and then you'd multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, 3v over 4 equals pi r cubed. Then what you could do is divide by pi. And I don't know if you know this, but when you divide by pi, it's like saying multiply by the reciprocal of pi. So that would be like saying multiply by 1 over pi. That's like putting pi right into the denominator. Let me say that again. When you divide by something, it's like saying multiply by the reciprocal. When we divide by pi, then, it's like saying multiply by 1 over pi. We already have a fraction here, so when you multiply by 1 over pi, the pi just gets put right into the denominator. So now you have 3v over 4 pi equals r cubed. Now, I'm not sure if this is covered in middle school or not. I think it probably is, but just in case it's not, do you know what the undo operation for cubed is? It is actually cube root. You're probably familiar with this symbol here for square root. Well, if I put a little 3 right here, that's actually the cube root. Okay? So just to give you a simple example, 2 to the third is 8. The cube root of 8 is 2. 3 to the third is 27. The cube root of 27 is 3. Here we're just doing the undo operation for cube so that we can get r by itself. Whatever you do to the left, you have to do to the right. Okay? So we can have then r by itself. Again, I like the variable on the left. So it's equal to the cube root of the fraction 3v over 4 pi. Okay, and that ought to be enough for you. And maybe, again, read over page 140, 141 for you to do the worksheet that I'll give you. If I haven't already given it to you. I don't know. At the time of this video, I haven't given it to you yet. But anyway, thanks for tuning in.